you have a business now rather than an independent individual. So let's create some distinctions there. How do things shift?
Well, wait, is the independent individual an independent contractor or a wage earner? Because that's two different discussions.
How do we throw a wrench into this one? Do the simple way. I'd say the individual is an employee of a company, your average individual going into a practice and working. On the other end, it's a business owner that has a staff of 10.
Okay, so the number one mistake that I see, for the young ODs out there, don't be this person. The number one mistake that I see older optometrists fall into is thinking that their practice is worth way more than it actually is, and they put we always hear the phrase in investing, don't put all your eggs in one basket, right? They treat their practice as that biggest basket, and they think that they're going to sell their practice and take this huge chunk of money and retire down to Costa Rica.
Adam, it's not just optometrists.
I know. I work with dentists.
Business owners.
I work with dentists and physicians as well. And you're right. OD, MD, DDS, it's all business owners, whether it's medical or not. But, and again, not to go down that rabbit hole, I get it. I mean, we're business owners as well. We're all business owners. It's our. I joke with my wife, it's our first kid before we had Brooklyn. I mean, you invest your time, energy, your money, your sweat, tears into this business. So I get it. I rightfully understand that you've paid for this business in multiple different ways, and you want to see it succeed. And it absolutely can succeed with proper proactive planning on your end and with the help of your advisors. But don't overestimate how much ammunition and how much of your net worth in retirement is going to be available because of a liquidity event when you sell your practice. So for the young ODs that are in private practice or have hung their own shingle and set up their shop, that's great. And it can be a tremendous resource both as you're practicing in the form of retirement savings vehicles, and it can be a great vehicle as you practice and for saving for retirement, and also a liquidity event down the road. But you don't want to be in a sense of over-promising and under-delivering on yourself.
Gary, anything to add to that one?
Adam said it all. He stole all my thunder here.
Sorry, you got to have him go first. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. But it's true. And typically, a business owner, all their eggs are in one basket. They don't diversify. And it's not necessarily a bad thing at a certain extent where they keep reinvesting in the business, but they also have to invest in their future. They have to find somebody like Adam, a CFP, to help them plan for that future. They need an advisor to help them plan currently what it is that they're doing and to project towards that future to help them determine what they need to talk to Adam about.
Like that.
And here's, sorry, one other thing. As a young optometrist that is working as an associate in a practice, and the eventual intention is to come in as an ownership, you can bring tremendous value to the table to your senior doc, to the owner of the practice, by having the proactive conversation about succession planning and, in a sense, being the motivating force to have those discussions with Gary or with your CPA, like if it's Gary, about how to have the conversation with the senior doc. Because with proactive planning, you can be pretty tech savvy on the transition of a practice from one owner to the other, as opposed to just saying, oh, I'm hanging it up this year and I'm going to sell my practice and you're going to take all the shares and there we go, right? There's so many different options that you can use, and as a young OD, don't leave that on the table when you go to your contract negotiations and your employment agreement if you have that intention or if that's been discussed. Think about ways in which you can talk with that OD and bring the resources like Gary in from a tax planning standpoint to figure out how can we keep as much of our money as we can and give as much as we legally and are obligated to give to the IRS.
As a matter of fact, the tax code is written in such a way that allows you to deduct all reasonable expenses. So when Adam is saying do it legally, yes, the IRS is there not to come down on you if you're doing it the right way.